Hi, welcome to Music 15A, Jazz Blues and American Popular Music at Merritt College. I'm Matt McLean, the instructor for the class, and this is going to be a course overview. So there are several important elements that we're going to be using for this class. The first one is going to be Canvas, the Peralta Merritt Canvas shell, which will be the master shell for the class, the outline, and it has the gradebook for the class. There's a required textbook that you will need to purchase and log into. And then you're going to need to set up, if you don't already have it, a free Spotify account to do some of the music listening. And I'm going to give you an overview of those three things right now. So let's start off with the Canvas shell for the class. And within the syllabus, I've included a link to the Canvas login procedure. And there's a link at the Merritt or Peralta site for logging in. So when you get into the class, you're going to see this on the main page. And if you've taken other online classes at Peralta, you may see different arrangements of the Canvas shell. And I like to keep it pretty stripped down. So you'll notice that over on the left-hand side, there's a home page, and that's what we see here. And on my home page, I have a little welcome up at the top here for the first week of the class. And then down below, if you scroll down, you'll see there is a class schedule. And I leave this up throughout the class. So this class schedule is the roadmap for the class. All the readings, everything that you need to do for the class, assignments, discussion forums, etc. And after the first week of the class, I'm going to remove this welcome letter, and I'll be bumping the weekly assignments up to the top. So if you get in on a mobile device, it'll be pretty easy to see exactly what you need to do. And then over on the left, the other things that you can see, a quick overview. I have a link to the syllabus page, and that just takes you to a Word document of the syllabus. Announcements will get pushed out to your Canvas messaging account, your inbox, which you can access over here on the far left. And I'll use this if I need to make a change or if there's a cool concert coming up. And then the link to the assignment page here, let's go into it, has all of the assignments, including the discussion forums and links to the quizzes, which you're actually going to be doing in the required textbook for the class. But everything that you need to do, including the due dates, will be found on this page here. And then let's go back over to the left here. You'll see there is a gradebook and then a link to other people in the class, a Merritt library link if you need to do some additional research. And then you might be able to see on my page, I have some other options here, but I keep those grayed out. And I like to keep my Canvas shell pretty stripped down. So it's basically assignments, everything you need to do, regardless of whether or not it's a quiz, a discussion forum, or a written assignment. It can all be found over there. And then these are hot links to where you need to go within the class schedule. So if these c4elink.org links go to the textbook, these hot links here, written assignment, and the discussion forum will take you into Canvas. So the basic overview of the layout of the class is the master shell is here in Canvas. All of the discussion forums and written assignments are done here in Canvas. And then the quizzes, the midterm, the readings, and the final exam are to be done in the required textbook. And I'll talk about that in just a second. And then the other thing that is an important one is to download the Word documents of the weekly lectures. And this is what a lecture looks like. Class 1. There's an overview of the chapters that we'll be covering, and then I have some additional links to a lot of them are YouTube videos, but there are some other documents and backgrounds, short histories, little pieces of music. But I've done a lot of research, and I'm basically the color commentator for the class. So the textbook is going to be the what you really need to study first. And take the quizzes there, but I add some additional insight and hopefully bring some life to the textbook, because a lot of the performances that you hear in the textbook, They're really cool, but sometimes it helps to put a great performance or a face to that artist so that you can remember it. So make sure you get into these and check them out, and you'll see at the top of each chapter I have some key terms. You definitely want to pay attention to those for the quizzes and tests. And then, so let's get into the required textbook. So you have to get this for the class. Again, all the quizzes and the midterm and the final will be taken through this. So this is the website, the publisher here, connectforeducation.com. And there are two ways to get the textbook. One is you can go to the bookstore. They should have some access codes behind the counter. It can be more expensive if you go that route. But I know that there are some students that have EOPS, and you have to use that through the campus bookstore. And then the second option is to go directly to the website here and purchase it from the publisher. And it's definitely cheaper. You can save some money to do it this way. And it's sort of like buying something on Amazon, where you use a credit card or PayPal to pay for it. So it's a 3-step process. And the first step is to purchase the textbook. You register your access code, and the second step, registering, is critical because once you register it, you don't get a refund. So you have to make a commitment as to whether or not you want to stay in the class when you do register it. And then you're going to log in to the textbook, and we'll get there in a second. But let's go through the steps. So first, we go to purchase, and then you'll see these icons for the textbook. The one that we're going to be using is on American Popular Music. Make sure that you don't get the one for Blackboard. We're going to be using this one right here. You go to Add to Cart, view the cart, and then you can go to Checkout. And this is where you enter your name and email, which is really critical, and your credit card number, etc., etc. And looks like, are they taking PayPal now? Oh yeah, some credit cards. So anyway, the make sure that you check your email right after you pay for it, because they're going to send you an access code. And the access code, if you do go to the bookstore, is what they give you. So if you go to the bookstore, you get an access code. If you buy it here, they'll email you the access code, and then you're going to go to the register step. So let's go to register. This is step 2. And you are going to select the school. Here we're at Merritt College. And you can see there are a ton of schools throughout the country that use this this product. It's definitely the industry standard. It's a great textbook. You'll see that a lot of the music is embedded within the textbook, so you get instant gratification. Merritt College, instructor Mount McLean. Then you pick the session that you're in. This is subject to change here as we move into the future. And then the course, here we are in 15A. And then copy and paste your access code, or you might have to type it in if you bought it from the bookstore. And I recommend using your username and login password that you use to get into your email and Canvas here at Peralta. Makes things easier, but you can do whatever you want. And then let's see, we go to the third step. Oh, remember the second step, once you register it, you can't get a refund. Okay, so once you hit that send button on the register page, that you're in. Even if you drop the class, you can't get your money back. So make sure that you're ready to go, and then hit send. Okay, so then we'll go to the last page, which is login. And this one, you do this kind of the same thing. You select the school again, and the instructor, semester, and the course, and you go to continue. There's actually a shortcut for this, and I have this included within the Canvas shell. C4elink.org is the URL here. And actually here, I'm just going to pull up the page. It's going to take you to a login page. And then once you hit username and password, it'll take you here. And then you go into your course. And it looks a lot like Canvas. There are some links to essential tools over on the right-hand side, announcements. I probably won't be using these, but you might need to get into technical support if you have any problems with your system. And then over here on the left, you can use this Open All tool to get in, and you can scroll down, see these are all the pages of the textbook here, and the chapter or weekly headings here, along with the due dates. And then at the very top is the course preamble. This has links to tech support as well and system setup, so what kind of operating system you have or you need and what you need to do to it. And you can definitely view this on a mobile device as well. And then within the textbook down below, if you dive into it, let's just jump into a page. So each one of those little page markers are pages, and this is like a page from a book, and you can do all the reading, and you'll see that there are these little icons here that take you to Spotify. And Spotify is the third thing that you're going to be using for the class. And then this is what, when we're in the Spotify little plug-in here, this is what it looks like. It's free. At least the version that we use for the class is free. So you can set that up using either a Facebook account. I wouldn't do that because they use all your information, but sign up with your email. And then even though I know some people have like the paid version, which is right now it's like $9.99 a month, and you listen to anything anytime offline. And then there's the free version where it only shuffles things, but the publisher has an arrangement with Spotify, so it'll actually take you to the song that you need to hear when you click on the link, hopefully. So when you click on a tune, it'll pull it up over here, and it'll play it in your Spotify player. So I'm actually going to pause that. And there's a ton of great listening here. So there's some other cool links up at the top here. You can listen to the lecture. So if you're cooking dinner, you can hit listen to lecture, and it'll read you the text. Test Yourself has questions, sample quiz questions. I definitely recommend checking those out because you're going to see similar things on the quizzes and the midterm and final. Discover Music here is a link to all of the embeds, and there are hot links to mostly Spotify links. Some of them are YouTube. There's some Discover Video links that take you to YouTube videos. Definitely check those out. Although my weekly lectures, I think, are a little more robust. They're definitely, I've got more things in there to check out. Artist profiles, so these are quick bios of the important artists, and then the keywords, basically a glossary for the entire textbook. So anytime you find something in here that you don't know what it means, check out keywords. Okay, and then let's see, listening guide has some cool breakdowns of songs, like song analysis, verse, chorus, what's the form, what's going on here or there. So check those out for each chapter. And then the download center, you can actually download the lectures to listen to. And that is basically the textbook. And let's go back to the main page here of the textbook. The other thing is all of the quizzes, the midterm and the final are in here. So at the end of each chapter, like lesson 1 quiz, you can see the quiz here, how many attempts, how long you get to take it, the time limit, and that's where we'll be doing that. So note that I have to manually transfer all of the grades from the textbook here into Canvas after the due date. So it'll take a couple days for those to show up over in Canvas, because Canvas is the master shell here. This is just the required e-textbook companion for the class. Okay, so that's just about it. And make sure that you read the syllabus, and you can watch this video again. I haven't come across a time machine. That's why the link to it doesn't exist quite yet, but it should be up shortly here. And if you have any questions about anything, go over to your inbox and you can shoot me a message within Canvas here. This is the preferred method of communication between us. You can also email me at my Peralta account, which is mmclean@peralta.edu. But otherwise, get into that textbook as soon as possible. You have to log into Canvas and register the textbook within the first week of the class. Otherwise, you could be dropped as a no-show. That's outlined here in the welcome to the class, as well as in the syllabus. Okay, but get in and let's check out some cool stuff. All right.